Hello, my name is Lucas. This is Bit of Lit, and I did a little capitalism, and I bought some books for my birthday, which is later this month. Not buying any more until I have finished these books, and the books I bought last month, and the books I bought in January. That's it. Anyway, I've been in a bit of a rut, not like specifically with reading, just emotionally, which affects my reading. And what made me feel better was buying books. So I feel better, and I've been reading, so I'm quite happy. Let's talk about these. First book on the list is The Civil Servant's Notebook. This is by Wang Xiaofang. As you can see, it's got a little penguin thing there. This is about a city in Dongzhou City. I don't know exactly where that is in China, but it's time for to get a new mayor, and competing factions within the party in Dongzhou City, the Communist Party, are competing for prestige and for power and for this position, and it's between Liu Yihe and Peng Guoliang. Please forgive me if I got the tones wrong. Maybe I even said the names wrong. But there's no... It's rendered in English, so it's a little hard to tell how I should say their names. But anyway, just tone-wise. Yeah, it's about this guy, I guess, well, let's just read it. At the center of it all is a notebook, a humble witness to events, but one whose pages contained information they shouldn't. And you would possibly be... I was surprised when I first came to China, how much fiction, at least that I've seen, like this, that's at the English translation book box thing at the bookstore. How much of it is written by former government party members? Like, I would assume this one is penned by a former insider. Maybe this person's just writing down the minutes, or they used to. I don't exactly know. It is amazing how many the books there are about government corruption that are fiction, that are also written by former government party members that served in the government. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't surprise me, but it doesn't now. It used to. Anyway, this book is Half a Lifelong Romance. This is by Eileen Chang. I heard a lot about her from a good friend of mine recently. And this is set in Shanghai, and it's about a young engineer that falls in love with his colleague. His name is Shen Shijun. Hopefully I said that right. And he falls in love with Gu Manzhen. And they want to get married, but because of family, and he should marry a wealthy cousin. And there's all kinds of trouble. And I guess it's all set in China and in America. And yeah, it's a powerful story, I guess, by a really important 20th century author from China. So I've been meaning to read something by her for a long time. I've seen a lot of her books, and I always think, oh, I should get that, I should get that, I should get that. And then I never do. Finally did. There's the author herself. And I'm excited to read something that's set in China, well, in China, but also particularly in Shanghai. That is exciting to me. This is a thriller, and this is set during World War II from the Chinese perspective. So that is already interesting to me. It is The Message. 5 Codebreakers, 1 Traitor by Mai Jia. Again, please forgive me for my tones. This is set in Hangzhou in 1941. Hangzhou is the capital of Zhejiang province, which is pretty close to Shanghai. It has Xiaolu, Westlake, which is a really beautiful lake. It's huge. And it's got this really cool temple or pagoda or something. And inside the pagoda that is there is the original remains, which is super cool to see. And then it's about this like white snake lady. But this is not about that. I'm just talking about where it's set. Yeah, this is set during World War II, and there's a puppet government set up by the Japanese, and they're waging war against the communist resistance. I sort of wonder if the nationalists will somehow be involved in this. I'm guessing not, because they're not mentioned on the back. But one night, 5 intelligence officers employed as code breakers by the regime are escorted to a mansion. The secret police are certain one of them is a communist spy. And none of them are leaving until the traitor's unmasked. And yeah, it just sounds really exciting. I'm interested to see World War II fiction from the Chinese perspective, so that is really interesting. For me, we've got another one that seems like it's more emotional and personal than anything else, you know, compared to these other 3. Well, I suppose the Lifelong Romance one could be more emotional than, like, big ideas, big themes, big moments in time, or a mayoral run. Anyway, this is Village of Stone by Xiaolu. And this is about a town on the coast that is battered by typhoons, and fishermen get lost and children are swept away, and it's about this young girl. I believe this would be the young girl. And her struggles through silence, solitude, and a certain kind of abuse, which is tragedy. And as it says here, it is also an incisive portrait of China's new urban youth who have hidden behind their modern lifestyle all the poverty and cruelty of their past. And I guess Doris Lessing really liked the book. Reading it is rather like finding yourself in a dream. People are going to like this book very much. And it was shortlisted for the Independent Foreign Fiction Prize. When was this published? Xiaolu Guo. Okay. And this is by, oh, she's a woman. Very cool. Cindy Carter translated this. Oh, this is from 15 years ago. Let's see. Olivia Milburn translated this one. And let's see who translated this one. Maybe Eileen Chang just wrote it in both? I don't know. And let's see who translated. Eric Abrahamsen. Okay, cool. We've got 2 more. Anyway, I will make a video for all of these individually to talk about them when I finally read them. This one, I don't actually know for sure if it is, well, it's the winner of the first Man Asian Literary Prize. It's by Jiang Rong. And I want to say it is a wuxia, like a kung fu kind of flying around kind of story. I don't know, actually. I just read the back of it and the front of it. Looks kind of like it would be. Could be wrong. If it is, I will let you know when I actually read it. But deep in the snowy Mongolian mountains, a wolf pack hunts. And it is for Chen Zhen, a Beijing intellectual who volunteered to live among nomads on the Mongolian grasslands. Fear of the wolf is in the blood. And he decides to get a wolf for himself, a wolf cub, to get close to what he fears. And the struggle between Chen and his wolf cub has begun, and they come together in some way. And this is Wolf Totem, by the way, by Jiang Rong. And I don't know too much. I guess it's up north. near Mongolia. This is translated by Howard Goldblatt. It's a Penguin book. And yeah, maybe it's not wuxia. Maybe it's... I have no idea. This could be very modern. Like, it could be a modern tale, but it just kind of sounded like it was some kind of fantasy, had some fantasy elements to it, because he's going to be with the Wolf Club, but maybe he's just from Beijing and living in a village or something. I don't know. I will make a video about this, and we will know more in detail then. Looking forward to that. It sounded interesting. And then, I guess, I saw on one copy of this book, or maybe on the internet somewhere, I got a Legends of the Condor Heroes, the first one. 300 million copies sold worldwide. A Hero Reborn by Jin Yong. I've seen people say it's like the Chinese Lord of the Rings, because there's 3 of them, and this is the first one. And this is set in ancient China, like Song Dynasty, it looks like. Let's just read it, because it's crazy. Apparently this is huge. I think this is definitely a wuxia kind of story. But again, I haven't read it. We'll let you know. Kind of sounds like it. After his father, a devoted Song patriot, is murdered by the Jin Empire, Guo Jing and his mother flee to the plains of Genghis Khan and his people for refuge. For one day, he must face his mortal enemy in battle in the Garden of the Drunken Immortals. Under the tutelage of Genghis Khan and the 7 heroes of the south, Guo Jing hones his kung fu skills. Humble, loyal, and perhaps not always wise, Guo Jing faces a destiny both great and terrible. However, in a land divided and with a future largely unknown, Guo Jing must navigate love and war, honor and betrayal before he can face his own fate and become the hero he's meant to be. He also goes by the name Louis Cha, the author, and you can see his picture there. He was born in the mainland, and he spent a lot of time in Hong Kong writing novels and editing newspapers. Oh yeah, martial arts novels. So I guess this is a wuxia kind of story. And they've become classics. He's written quite a few books, but I only know this one and the other 2, at least by the covers. Something about a snake, and I can't remember the other one. But this is translated by Anna Holmwood. I'm looking forward to reading this one. There was another copy that maybe you've seen, but I just loved, this was 5-10 kwai more, and it has a cooler cover, so I got this one. And yeah, I am looking forward to all of those. And I will finally start reading, once I finish this book about cyber privacy in America, which is a terrifying book, actually. I will start reading some of these books that I have bought. Probably starting with this one, actually, because it looks really good. And I want to know what it's about. This is one I'm the most excited about, this one, but it's got sequels, so I'm going to kind of wait it out. And I'm going to read this one first, and then some other ones, and then get through these others. Okay, so that's that. We've got Wolf Totem by Jiang Rong. We've got A Hero Reborn by Jin Yong. And we've got Half a Lifelong Romance by Eileen Chang. And we've got... Oh, she also wrote Lust, Caution, by the way. We've got The Message by Mai Jia. And we've got Village of Stone by Xiaolu Guo. And we've got The Civil Servant's Notebook by Wang Xiaofang. And that's that, okay? I said it again, I'll say it again. I'll say what, who, what, why, bye.